April is National Organ and Tissue Donation Awareness Month, and the David Foster Foundation is using this time to draw awareness to the constant need for support and encourages all Canadians to get vocal. To tell us more about their mission, we are joined by Michael Ravenhill, CEO of the David Foster Foundation. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
So tell us about the foundation. Now, you actually started as a volunteer back in the 80s. Look at you now, you're the CEO. Tell us about the mission.
Well, it's very simply, when your mother asks you to do something, you do it. And this is what happened nearly 35 years ago when David received a call from his mother. And the call was very simply to go see a little girl at UCLA Medical Center that was waiting for a major organ transplant. And she said, don't go as a celebrity, but just go as a hometown boy from Victoria, British Columbia, from where this little girl was from. David went to see the little girl, and he was asking her some questions, and he was about to leave. He said, is there anything I can do for you? And this little girl stopped and looked him straight in the eyes. And David thought that she may say, I want to go to Disneyland. I want to see this celebrity. But nope, that wasn't the case. She looked him straight in the eyes and she said, I just want to see my sister. And David was really perplexed by that. And he thought about it for a little while and said, why? What was the reason? And, in those days, it was about $150 for a plane ticket. And unfortunately, the family couldn't afford that. So David said, I'm going to make that happen. And so David made some phone calls. He flew the aunt and the little girl's sister down to UCLA Medical Center and picked them up, drove them to the hospital. And he said when those two girls' eyes met, he said that was it. That would etched in his heart forever, and that would be his foundation. So what our foundation does is we provide financial assistance to families of children that require major organ transplants for all non-medical expenses: food, clothing, transportation, accommodation, you name it. We'll take the payments and pay for those expenses during that critical time of their life so that they can focus all their attention beside their child and not have to worry about losing their house or their car or anything else.
So since that moment with David Foster, many other lives have been saved with so many countless boys and girls. But I know you have a couple of stories to share, including the story of Nate.
Well, there are so many stories, and we've supported so many families over just over 1,400 families over the past 35 years, millions of dollars of support. And there's not one that would single out, but there's a whole myriad of them on our website, davidfosterfoundation.com. Bring a tissue. Some are amazing stories of courage. They're our heroes, and we have a tremendous amount of families that have gone through incredibly hard times, but have come out with their child being healthy, having a transplant, and living a normal life once again.
Now, the pandemic certainly hasn't helped. Donations have dropped considerably. I did not know until now that Canada has the worst record for organ and tissue donation around the world. So we really need to step that up. How can we help?
Well, one of the ways that you can help is becoming a registered organ donor. During the pandemic, the organ and tissue donor registration rate dropped 39%. And that's understandable due to COVID. We didn't know what COVID was. We didn't know how to react to COVID. And so it took a front seat. And many great foundations and causes across Canada suffered from this. And we definitely suffered in the organ and tissue registry. And so what we're saying is #GetVocal right now. So, let the word be known that it's so important to become a registered organ donor. Here's a great stat for you, that one person can save the life of up to 8 people or improve the life of up to 75 people. Can you imagine if we just increased our organ donor registration rates?
That's great motivation right there. And you know what? We'll link up the David Foster Foundation at chch.com so Morning Live viewers can find out more information and help out this very important cause. Michael Ravenhill, CEO of the David Foster Foundation. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks so much.